I've been asking myself during this whole discussion, why do we want a global solution? I personally feel that trying to get the different cultures and the different ways of doing things sort of forced into a straitjacket reduces the dimensionality of each of those virtual spaces in which people live. Moreover, I feel quite strongly that by going global, we are trying to sort of come up with one or more solutions, but the situation is such that we don't know what are the right solutions. So why not experiment with different solutions in different places? That would actually allow us to shorten the overall time for experimentation of what works. I personally also feel that, yes, of course, there are global issues there. But I think the issue of really trying to find a way to get these different populations, these different cultures, to fit in one way is bound to disaster. And personally, I feel that that is actually the root of a lot of the COP meetings before 15, when we were trying to solve what are essentially about 200 different cultures and different economies and different populations and try and make them work together. I don't think that's realistic. So why not simply drop this idea of it having to be a global solution and try and focus on working local or at least national or regional or whatever have you, but not global solutions.
I would agree with Sander that about these local activities, because, I think what Daniel brings and many of the others, we are at this moment at a crisis of the whole global ecosystem. And ecosystems have the characteristics of automatically be totally decentralized in their control. One area of an ecosystem does absolutely not know what another area is doing, and surprise, surprise, still they find a total coherence, whether that's a prairie, a rainforest, a social community, or the world. So I think that focusing on a decentralized, simple, sort of a manageable part of the ecosystem sounds totally healthy, what Senna was just saying. But that does not mean for me that is anti-globalist, because that is sequestering ourselves. That means from the local ecosystem on a small scale level, connecting with all the other ecosystems we can see.
Thank you. Gary and then Sasha.
Peter has just said basically what I was intending to say. I don't think we should treat it as though it's one or the other. There are decisions that are going to have to be made at all scales. I, in the chat, emphasized the local simply because I think to the degree to which we want to keep things like spirituality and close human bonds in this conversation, I think it's important that we do. I think it's going to be more effective at the local level because that's where we spend most of our time together, is with people at the local level.